Hello everyone! Take a look at this fun puzzle that I have here for you today. It is white to play and win, and I know this might seem hopeless at first since black is one step away from promotion and we only have these two bishops to play with, but white really can win this. And I want you to try to find out how. So pause the video, see if you can find the winning plan here for white, and then come back with a solution. Best of luck. Okay, so we have to do something urgent because black is looking to promote in the next move. So the first move would be to play bishop to g6 check. This forces the black king to a1, and now the black pawn is blocked by its own king. And that is very nice. But what do we do now? If we play something like bishop to d4 to pin this knight, then black is starting to run out of moves here. The only move black has here is a3. And after that, we have to move out one of our bishops because otherwise black is going to be in a stalemate. So that will be a draw. So there's no real progress in this position here. So we have to find something else. And black actually has a very brilliant plan here. And it goes like this. So here, white plays king to f7. And it might look very odd first, but the idea is to zigzag the white king down to this corner here, and I'll show you how. So let's say black would play, I don't know, bishop to d1, threaten our bishop. Then we can play bishop to d4 check, and now black would have to play knight to b2. And here we can play bishop to g7. And now the only move for black is ace a3. And it might seem like we got to that previous position that I was talking about, but there is actually a difference here, and that is now we can play king to f6. And this blocks our own bishop, meaning the black knight can move, so this is not a stalemate. So if black were to move, say, I don't know, knight to d1, then we have the brilliant idea here. King to e6, discovered check. Only move, or not the only move, but the only realistic move for black here is knight to b2. And now we play king to e5. So you see this pattern here. We're gonna move like a zigzag pattern down the board with the king. So now black is not in a stalemate. Our bishop is blocked by our own king, so black can move this knight somewhere. Let's say knight to c4, doesn't matter. We will play king to d5 check. Knight to b2, king to d4. Knight somewhere, king to c4 check. And black goes back to b2 with the knight with a check. And we continue with our plan, king to c3. And here it doesn't matter where black goes with the knight. We will continue with the zigzag pattern, king to b3, discover check, knight back to b2. And here we have to be careful not to take this pawn just yet, because if we do, then black will not have any moves to play anymore. So this is a stalemate. Instead, we have to unpin this knight, and we don't do that by moving the king back. Instead, this time we just move the bishop out. So bishop to h6, now black can move the knight again, and let's say black goes to d1 here, then we can take the pawn. And now I just want to show you that if black were to play knight f2 here, then this would be a checkmate. So if black were to play knight to b2 instead, then again we can't play bishop to g7 because that's a stalemate. Instead we make some sort of waiting move with this bishop, doesn't matter where, maybe bishop to f5. And here if black were to go back to d1, then we have bishop to g7 check, and after knight to b2 we capture with a checkmate. So this is the main idea, but there are some tricks that black has here. So black could play, for example, knight to d3, and it might seem like black is just going to lose a knight here, but again, this is a stalemate. Black has no squares, so we have to be more careful. Instead, what we're going to do is to play king to b3 and start chasing this knight away with the king, with king to c2. So here, black could play knight to c1 check, and again, we don't take because that's a stalemate. Instead, we play king to c2, and now if black goes to e2 with the knight, then we have bishop to g7 check, and we win. And yeah, if black were to play knight to b3, we don't take the knight with the king because that's a stalemate. Instead, we just play bishop to g7 again, and we win. So that's the trick if black goes to d3. If black, instead of going to c1, would play knight to c5, again, we still play king to c2. And we're going to end up with the same mate. And if black were to play knight to c4, then again we play king to b3, chasing this knight away. Sorry, not knight to e5, then we can play king to c2 here, and the knight has to move somewhere. And yeah, we have this same mating idea again. Or if black goes to c4 with the knight, then again we play this bishop to g7 check, knight b2, bishop takes b2, checkmate. And there are a lot of variations depending on where black goes with the knight, but eventually they will all end with this checkmate. So I'm not going to show you every single variation, but I do want to show you what happens after king to f7. So here we played king to f7 if black instead plays a3. So here we don't play bishop to d4 because that would be stalemate. Instead we play bishop to h6 and get the bishop to g7 that way instead. So here black has moved the knight, and yeah, we get this bishop to g7 check, knight b2, and then we get the same idea. So that is how you win this. It looked hopeless at first, but thanks to us being able to trap the black king in the corner, we can then build this mating net when we have the bishop on g7. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this puzzle. Let me know if you solve this, and I will see you in the next puzzle. Have a nice day. Bye.